Hi Cancer, this is going to be a tarot reading for your sign between the week of the 8th and the 14th of September. Let's begin. I'm channeling something here about pineapples. We'll be feeling like a pineapple this week. Spiky on the inside and juicy on the inside, whatever that means. Maybe you're kind of like having your barriers up. You're protecting yourself more than usual from people and their energies. Or maybe you're being called to do this during this week. There might be people around you that don't necessarily, that are not necessarily deserving of your softness. So you need to have like a sort of like a strong exterior, hard, shell, and also to keep your head covered if you can. If you can wear a cap or like a hat of some kind. If you've got some, I'm hearing you do have some. That would help you when you're around these people to protect you spiritually from them. So your pre-week energy here coming into the week, you're in this sort of like reflection mode. You're like reflecting about your life in general, reflecting about where you're going. You've almost like analyzing everything from a distance. You've taken a step back in your mind and you're analyzing your life and looking at situations of what's stagnating you, what you're sacrificing, and what you need to surrender and let go of. You're putting all of these things together within yourself, and I see you being very victorious in regards to this. You're doing this very efficiently and effectively, and you're being victorious in regards to this sort of it's a healing in a way of you looking at things very objectively and seeing whether it's not completely objectively. Your heart it's led with your heart. It's not just your mind, it's your heart and your mind, and you're looking at everything in general of what's stopping you from moving forward, what you need to let go of, where you're doing, you're taking an L and giving away your energy almost for free. I see you've been really working hard towards something in career, in finances, and love. You've been working towards both of them. I feel like you've just been working towards bettering yourself, mastering yourself, mastering what you desire, the way you think, the way you feel. You've been mastering yourself, and you've been really working at it, alone, and almost like with a lot of care and a lot of attention to detail of how you respond to things and how things make you feel, and you're really determined to increase your skills. Increase your skills could be like anything from emotions, mentally, physically, spiritually. You've been working on all of them, and you've gone to far lengths, to really go and learn from the very best and learn from accredited people like maybe on YouTube, TikTok, and stuff like this on how to better yourself. You've been like taking workshops almost, trying to figure out, how to make your energy, better, how to, how to act on your bright ideas and how to bring more bright ideas into your awareness. I see you being very enthusiastic about this whole learning process of learning yourself to a deeper level. And you know, you just not just learning ideas and how to implement them, but like you've been getting your own ideas of where you want to go next and what you want to do next. I see you being very optimistic about the future and what your future holds. You've come to a point where you've done significant healing within yourself. I see you are enlightened at this point. You are somebody that you've come to experience a lot. Yeah, see, that's the confirmation right there. Um, you've opened the doors within yourself, and it feels like, you know, you're at this point where you're gonna see a lot of things come in for you because you've been doing the inner work. At the beginning of this week, you're gonna feel a great sense of pleasure, pleasure with what you've built, what you have already. You're gonna feel very independent because you know yourself now. You understand yourself to such a great degree. I see you like almost like some things coming in. You're gonna feel very wealthy because of what this is. What you've been working on is gonna make you feel very wealthy. Grapes of joy. So it's like you've almost like you're seeing like a harvest within yourself of, you know, what you've been working on within yourself. You're gonna see like a harvest. This is between Monday and Wednesday, so this is your Monday to Wednesday energy. But what you've been diligently working on and mastering, this is now giving you results. And these results are gonna midweek. They're gonna give you some sort of clarity. You're gonna be basking in this energy for the first few days, but then you're gonna have some sort of clarity. Something you've been indecisive about. It's got something to do with your intuition and your emotion. Something you've been very indecisive about. You're getting clarity about. Getting that you have been avoiding it. You have been avoiding it because you weren't sure about what decision to make in regards to this situation. It's been causing conflict within yourself. It's caused you to dive in much deeper within your soul and to find a sort of reciprocity of kindness to yourself and generosity within yourself. I'm getting here that you've really gone deep within and tried to figure out what this is because it's causing you. It's very noticeable conflict within yourself. That's chaotic and you don't like it. This is why you've been doing a lot of inner work. You've been doing a lot of inner work trying to figure out what this is, and you've come to realize what it is, and it's got something to do with giving and receiving. Maybe you give too much. I feel like you give too much. I think that's where the pineapple thing channeling came in, that you give too much to other people and you're not getting back from those people, and it's caused some sort of blockage within yourself. There needs to be a balance between giving and receiving. But I see you're more generous and kind with people and you're quite hard on yourself. Yeah, you're quite hard on yourself. You need to follow your heart with yourself in regards to yourself, how you feel about situations, how you feel like, are you being kind to yourself? Are you being generous to yourself? I feel like you need to be more kind and generous to yourself. You've done a lot of work and you've been illuminating things, but I feel like you're doing it from a place of like, more of a place like where you're very objective, like, you know, you're objectively, I mean your heart's in it as well, but it's less generous to yourself. It's like very unbiased. I feel like you need to be a bit more biased towards yourself, not other people. I feel like you feel quite biased towards people and their circumstances, and what they're going through, and then you sort of feel, you know, like you need to help them or whatever. I feel like you need to be more or less like that with yourself. You need to be more generous to yourself. You need to be more kind to yourself, and that's going to help balance your giving and receiving. So this is what you're looking for. This is what you're looking for within yourself, and this is what it is basically. You're unbalanced in your giving and receiving because you give more to others and less to yourself. Um, in all situations, really. But you need to follow your heart more. You need to listen to your heart more of where you're, what you feel. You know, if someone's telling you something and they say they need help, but your heart's not feeling like you should help this person, don't help them. Because this is your energy telling you, this is not good for you, because you're putting yourself in a state of conflict. You're fragmenting your energy, and this is, delaying what it is that you desire. But I see you anyway at the beginning of this week being in a place of happiness. So, you're not happy pleasure. You're in a place of pleasure where you're enjoying the harvest of what you've worked on. But here, by the end of the week, I saw you purifying yourself. You're bringing peace within yourself, and that being in that peace of following your heart, of listening to your heart more, is strengthening your intuition. You're going to be more connected to the water. You're going to be more connected to the element of water than you have been before. The sun is rising for you. You need to follow your heart more. I'm seeing here you need to be as gentle as a flower with yourself right now, and this is happening during the weekend, Friday to Sunday. You're going to be sort of purifying. You're going to be like, you see, she's pouring into one cup back, or 2 cups back and forth, and it's like she's purifying like what's inside of the cup, purifying the liquid. But you're going to be much more balanced here by the end of the week, spiritually and physically. You're going to have one foot in the spiritual realm, one foot in the physical, and you are going to be leading more with your heart, and this is going to really amplify your intuition. And your path is going to be, you're starting your path here is what I'm getting. You're starting your path here, and you're having some kind of breakthrough. Your breakthrough in regards to beginning this journey. I don't think you've begun your journey just yet. You're at the beginning. You're like in the in between stages of the beginning, and just starting. So you've like just starting is here, like first, and then it's the beginning. There's your confirmation, if you can hear that. You are starting your journey to, yourself, to your soul's path, your inner calling, and you're having this breakthrough of actually getting out of that area in between. It's like there's land here, so this is the start of your whole spiritual experience. Start of, not your spiritual experience, but you start of your actual life. And then you have like this water in between, and then you have the beginning, your path, basically the beginning of your path. And for you, that water is not water, is represents spirituality. Like for you to begin, it was on land. You had to make a conscious decision that I want to begin on this path, and then using your spirituality, you get to the beginning of the path. But you had to connect it within yourself, and you have been doing this, and you have been enlightened at this point. But your intuition is going to be increasing. Like, you need to have your intuition active to follow this path, to be able to successfully follow this path. But you're being called here. You're being called to follow your life's purpose, and your life's purpose is going to become very apparent to you by the end of this week. You're going to see where it is you need to go. You might even see the path that you need to take. You're not gonna know the finer details of exactly how it's gonna work, and you don't need to be honest. But you're gonna see which way you need to go to get to your happiness, to get to your fulfillment, complete joy, complete delight from your experience here on this incarnation. Yeah, you're going to be very connected, and you're connecting more to the moon. I think the moon's going to be very significant for you moving forwards. I think you should get a gemstone, like some jewelry, do some jewelry shopping, get a gemstone that's really connected to the moon, and it's going to help you really connect within yourself. It's going to help you connect the untamed and tamed side of you together, so they're not separate, so they are one. Because to go on this journey, you have to be whole. You can't be fragmented, and that's a condition for you to move upon this journey. You have to be whole. You can't be fragmented. I see you're fragmented in three different ways. Maybe you have three different personalities, three different, what do they call it? Split personalities. But you need to be whole on this journey, and it's possible for you to do so. But you just need to connect to the moon. You need to watch the moon more, and maybe drink some moon water. Like when the moon's full, like leave a bottle of water outside, so it gets infused, and then just keep refilling it. Don't let it get to the bottom. Like when it gets halfway, refill it. So it stays for at least a month. And the next month you can do the same thing, or get a gemstone that's connected to the moon, like a ring or a necklace or something like that. Um, and that's going to really help you illuminate um, everything. I'm getting everything. It's going to illuminate everything. How you need to be more interconnected, where you need to use your intuition more, where you need to feel a certain way, where you need to be careful of, where you need to have your sight set on. It's going to illuminate all of this for you. I think you're very connected to the moon, and you need to use the moon at this point in time to help you get your clarity, to make this decision, this of whatever it is that's inside of you, whatever this decision is, in regards to this conflict and this thing that is connected to your idea of giving and receiving. Um, your idea of giving and receiving is not what it actually is, um, because you're too generous with people, and you need to follow your heart in regards to um, you know this situation in general. I think following your heart in general would be the best idea um, for you moving forward. But this week you're going for a massive like spiritual upgrade. Your intuition is going to be a lot more high end by the end of the week, and you're going to be very connected to water. You're beginning this journey. It's like you've come across that water of spirituality that I was talking about. You've come across it, and now you're beginning on the path. You're embarking on the land now. By the end of the week, you're going to be embarking on the land, moving towards your path. So your outcome for the week is that you will be standing in a leadership position within yourself. You will be transforming through all of this situation, knowing that you have the wisdom, you have the authority, you have the respect for yourself. You're not going to be giving away your energy so freely to people that don't deserve it. You're not going to be kind to people that don't deserve it. You're not going to be generous to people that don't deserve it. And you're going to really lead with the wisdom of your heart. I see you're feeling masterful within yourself. You're feeling that you can do anything, and I see that you will be seeing growth, growth within yourself, growth within what inspires you, growth within new opportunities and ideas that will just effortlessly just flow into your mind, or opportunities that will present themselves to you. Just by you not leaking your energy away to people that are knowingly siphoning you off from your energy, knowingly taking your energy because you're healing them and they want more of your healing. and they know they do this by asking for your generosity and kindness in whatever way it could be. You could be kind about, they might say, oh, they're ugly or whatever, and you're like, no, you're not ugly, and and this is how they're siphoning you. They're siphoning off your energy, in this kind of way. Um, but I see you moving away from, feeling left out, feeling like you're isolated, feeling like you're um, worried about what's next to come. You're not gonna be somebody that's gonna follow the same old path. You're not gonna be somebody that's gonna go back to things that don't work, that don't make sense. I see you walking away from all of it. I see you walking away from the trouble. You're realizing that these people, like they have made you made you lose some pentacles. They've made you lose some of your energy. You're realizing this here this week, but there's nothing to worry about. What's not for you is never truly lost, and what is for you is never truly lost. Also, you're being divinely blessed through this. You're being nurtured. You're being healed, spiritually and physically, through this time, as you're walking away and realizing that you've made a loss with these people, whoever they are. Who are these people anyway? So these people are somebody you thought were nurturing you, somebody, people that are quite feminine, You feel like they're innocent, and they were going to transform you, help you transform, and bring opportunities to you. But what's happened is that they've betrayed you in the end, and you're realizing that what you're giving to them is nothing near as close as what they're giving to you. And but as you're walking away, you're being blessed. The more you walk away, the more you get blessed, and your faith and hope is being restored in your future and what you deserve. So your challenge for this week is, feeling like you're at a loss, feeling like you're going back to having less, being like in a state of poverty. I don't feel this is financial. I feel like this is in terms of relationships, the people around you. I feel like you're feeling like isolated from the world, isolated from society in a sort of way. This is a challenge for you to realize that you're just not in the right place at the right, at this moment of time. You're not around people that you need to be around, or the people that want to be around you, and the people that you want to be around at the moment, they're not exactly, you're realizing this anyway. But it's your challenge here to not sit in that energy of being like, if it can't work with these guys, it will never work, sort of situation. If we can't be in harmony, if we can't be in balance with one another, how can I expect to be in harmony and balance with somebody in the future, or people in the future? You need to realize it's not you in this situation, it's them. It's purely them. They are the ones at fault here. They're almost very much in this sort of masculine energy of control. They don't show it to you, but this is how they're feeling. They want to grab your energy with their fist and just hold that energy, because they feel that healing energy you give them, and they desire it so much, because they feel good and it brings in blessings for them. They're literally siphoning off your energy for their benefit, and this is your challenge here, to realize that you letting them go doesn't necessarily mean there's something wrong with you. You're letting them go because there's something wrong with them, and you're not in unity. You're not in harmony. You're not soulmates. Um, you know, you're just too generous and kind with people. That's simply what it is. And not allow yourself to be their sacrifice, and not allow them to consume you, because that's what they want from you. They want to consume you and consume your energy, to steal your energy, to steal your blessings. That's allowing them to grow wings. And it's not just regular wings, it's wings that have multiple growth on the wings itself. So it's like they're stealing your energy, your brilliance, your power, and you're very vulnerable with them, and they're not vulnerable with you at all. They just have their mouth open to suck in your energy, and they're causing your emotions to be split. Like you're sometimes you feel like these people, like you notice things about them, and getting that they must be friends, and they could be family as well. But they show themselves to you sometimes, but you're in conflict with yourself about them. You're in conflict with yourself. Um, Conflict within yourself. But they're eating your energy up. It's what you need to realize. They're eating up your blessings, so to speak. They are stealing from you. It's like they're taking a candy from a kid from a candy, or candy from a kid. Maybe we're already there, and you're already in your power. You're already getting your blessings, and these sort of people came in and saw how bountiful your energy was, and decided to take it, and decided to siphon it. They're stealing your happiness, your divine joy, your bliss, your harmony. They're stealing your fairy tale life, your fairy tale ending. It's very nasty energy I'm getting here for you, Cancer. These people, they're really affecting your energy, but you're being called to move away from them. You're being called to make the choice to be inquisitive about your own spirituality, to be inquisitive about your emotion towards spirituality, towards your psychic gifts. But you're being called to make this choice. You're being called to move away from all of this. You've been called to travel away from these people, to move away from these people, to expand what you believe in, to believe more in yourself, and believe that you can be alone and be what you desire. You can stand alone and be. I feel like you need to be alone to get to this place where you can't see it here, but it's like this is like a sea of gold almost. Not even a sea of gold. It's like a desert of gold. It's like all gold, for like the way I'm seeing it. And you're at the end of this land here, and you have to go on this journey alone. Because when you're going to the other side, that's when you're going to meet your tribe. That's when you're going to meet your people. Not where you're at the moment. Where you're at the moment is like the preliminary. It's like the test of to see who you really are. By you staying in this area, it's by you staying with these people, you're not ever going to be able to level up the way you want to. You're not going to be able to get to that sort of life that you desire. You're living it already. You're having glimpses of it, but it's not going to come in as much as you desire until you fully step into this energy of knowing that you are the leader of your life, that you are the one that is has the wisdom, that has the respect of themselves, that has the that is masterful, that you believe in yourself. You need to believe in yourself, and that's going to transform you, and that's going to step you into and allow you to cross those waters into your into your new beginning of your soul's path, into your soul's path. Yeah, you're going to be divinely blessed as you're moving through, and your intuition is going to heighten. Man, please do be sure to be in the presence of the moon. Like if you can be outside when it's the moon comes out, it's gonna purify you. It's gonna heal you. It's gonna increase your intuition. It's gonna make you more stronger. And I see you being almost like very vulnerable here in regards to this whole situation. Like you're not sure about spiritually speaking things in general, but they will be made more and more aware to you, and you'll be in full harmony moving forwards. You'll be in full harmony moving forwards. Your intuition is going to be incredibly heightened, and you're going to start walking your path towards what your soul truly desires. So I'm going to leave your reading here. If you did like the reading, leave me a like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you soon.